There is a word that almost no one dares question: hope. It appears everywhere. Parents tell their children to never lose hope. Politicians promise hope. Religions preach hope. Motivational speakers sell hope by the truckload. Entire civilizations are built upon it. Hope has become so sacred that criticizing it almost sounds immoral. But what if hope isn't always a virtue? What if hope is sometimes the very thing that keeps us trapped? One philosopher believed exactly that. He did not hate happiness. He did not hate courage. He did not even hate love. He hated hope. Not because he was cruel, not because he was cynical, but because he believed hope was humanity's most elegant prison. His name was Friedrich Nietzsche, and his argument still unsettles readers more than a century later. Because once you understand why Nietzsche distrusted hope, you begin seeing it everywhere. Pandora's last gift. To understand Nietzsche, we have to begin with an ancient Greek story, the myth of Pandora. According to the myth, humanity once lived without disease, suffering, or death. Then Pandora opened a mysterious jar. Out flew every imaginable evil: war, illness, grief, poverty, fear. Before she could close it, only one thing remained inside: hope. Most people interpret this as a blessing. Everything terrible escaped. But at least humanity still possesses hope, a comforting ending. Yet Nietzsche noticed something strange. If every other thing inside the jar was an evil, why assume hope was different? What if hope remained because it belonged with the others? What if hope wasn't humanity's consolation, but humanity's final curse? The sweetest drug. Imagine two prisoners. The first knows he will never leave. The second believes tomorrow might finally be the day. Which one suffers more? Instinctively, we answer the first. But Nietzsche believed otherwise. The first eventually confronts reality. The second relives disappointment every morning. Hope postpones acceptance. It stretches suffering across time. Like a gambler convinced the next hand will change everything. Like an employee enduring years of misery because promotion is coming. Like lovers trapped in broken relationships because they hope the other person will change. Hope whispers, just a little longer, tomorrow, next year, after this, eventually. And while waiting, life quietly slips away. Hope can become procrastination disguised as optimism. Living somewhere else. The strange thing about hope is that it rarely lives in the present. Hope exists somewhere ahead, next month, next relationship, next job, next country, next version of yourself. It tells you happiness is approaching. Never arriving, always approaching. Many people spend decades preparing to live. They study for the future, work for the future, save for the future, sacrifice for the future. One day, they look back and discover the future kept moving. Life became an endless hallway. Every door promised fulfillment, none contained it. Nietzsche believed hope often steals attention from the only place existence actually happens: now. The religion of tomorrow. Modern society worships progress. Everything improves: technology, medicine, economies, careers, followers, income. We are constantly told that our current lives are merely stepping stones. Work harder today, enjoy tomorrow. Endure today, celebrate tomorrow. Sacrifice today, live tomorrow. Hope fuels this machine. It convinces us that today's suffering is acceptable because tomorrow will justify it. Sometimes that's true. Many achievements require patience. But Nietzsche asked a frightening question. What if tomorrow never arrives? Not literally, psychologically. What if every tomorrow simply becomes another today? Then hope becomes an infinite postponement. The quiet resentment. Hope creates another danger: comparison. If you constantly imagine a better future, your present begins feeling inadequate. Your house is not enough. Your body's not enough. Your salary is not enough. Your relationships are not enough. Your life becomes a waiting room. Modern advertising understands this perfectly. It rarely sells products. It sells hope. Hope that this phone will make you happier. Hope that these clothes will transform your identity. Hope that this course will finally unlock success. Hope becomes a marketplace. The economy profits from dissatisfaction because content people buy less. Hope keeps consumers running, always chasing, never arriving. The courage to stop hoping. Here is where Nietzsche becomes deeply misunderstood. He was not telling people to become pessimists. He wasn't saying, expect the worst. He was saying something far stranger. Stop living through expectation altogether. Imagine climbing a mountain, not because reaching the summit will complete you, but because climbing itself is meaningful. Imagine creating art, not hoping for applause, but because creating is enough. Imagine loving someone without demanding certainty. Imagine living without requiring guarantees. This is terrifying because hope feels like protection. Without it, we must face uncertainty directly. No promises, no cosmic insurance policy, only reality. Amor Fati. Nietzsche proposed something even more radical than hope. He called it Amor Fati, the love of fate. Not merely accepting life, loving it, every victory, every humiliation, every mistake, every heartbreak, every scar. Imagine looking at your life and saying, I would choose this again. Not because it was perfect, but because it made you who you are. This is infinitely harder than hope. Hope depends upon tomorrow becoming different. Amor Fati embraces today exactly as it is. Hope says, I'll be happy when. Amor Fati says, I begin here. The eternal return. Nietzsche offered one final thought experiment. Imagine a mysterious being visits you tonight. It whispers, you must live this exact life again. Every conversation, every mistake, every embarrassment, every joy, every heartbreak, every ordinary Tuesday, again and again, forever. Would this thought crush you, or would you smile? Nietzsche believed this question reveals whether we are truly living. If the answer fills you with horror, perhaps you've been postponing life, waiting, hoping, existing in preparation. But if you could eventually answer yes, then you have escaped hope's prison, because your life no longer depends upon a different future. It is already worthy. Beyond hope. Perhaps hope is not always the enemy. There are moments when hope keeps people alive. During war, illness, loss, despair, even Nietzsche would likely recognize that human beings sometimes survive because they imagine tomorrow. But his warning remains powerful. Hope becomes dangerous the moment it replaces living. When we stop experiencing today because we are negotiating with tomorrow. When our happiness becomes conditional. When our existence becomes postponed. The philosopher who hated hope wasn't trying to steal humanity's comfort. He was asking something much more difficult. What if the life you've been waiting to begin has already begun? And what if the greatest act of courage isn't hoping for another life, but fully inhabiting this one, because perhaps freedom begins the moment hope is no longer necessary? If this reflection stayed with you, subscribe to The Strange Republic. Every week we explore the unsettling ideas that quietly reshape how we see ourselves and the world.